All right, we should be live.
I'm gonna check it real quick.
Yeah.
I think it's good though.
All right. Yeah, just check it real quick. Start out on that note.
Yeah, we good.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, new brothers here. Of course, Great Millstone, Atlanta. Before we get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Also, say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Also, peace, safety, and much love to the elect. As you brothers can see, the title of the video is "Bear Not Hatred to Thy Neighbor for Every Wrong." And this is most exhortation to the Akim, to the brethren, younger brothers and also brothers that's been around, for 5, 6, 7 years or so on and so forth. But, in this faith, we subject to the flesh. We subject to the flesh, man. Certain things may happen. Certain things may take place. You might see a brother slip up. But it's your responsibility to admonish that brother when you see him slip. And once you admonish him and he accepts the admonishment, you ain't supposed to hold that on that brother, man. You can't. The scriptures say, as a matter of fact, we'll start with that. But this is the way that Yahushua showed us, man. Forgiveness, mercy, loving kindness, man. Towards thy neighbor. All right, understanding that this brother is also fighting his fight as well as I am. So if you see a brother that goes off, the first instinct you're supposed to do is what? Talk to the man, reprove him. Whether it's a gentle reproof or whether it's a reproof that need to be hard line, man. The spirit will discern whether what the delivery should be. You just got to be open to giving out the reproof. Then when the brother hears you, then you do what? You don't hold that. You don't hold that to that brother. You 4 or 5 years down the line, you talking about stuff that a man did 3 years ago, and he's still in the faith, trying to fight the fight for faith. You got to continue to push, because you got to understand you might slip up. We all want mercy to be shown to us through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We want the Lord to have mercy and pardon us and our families. But then in return, you got certain jakes out here that they see that one little thing that they don't like, just because your spirit ain't like theirs, or just because you ain't do something that benefited him, and Jake can paint you in this picture as if you just fucking Dr. Evil. When you just made an innocent slip in the flesh, man. And they go to show you, man. A lot of James be having that real violent, hateful, envious spirit. And the scriptures tell you about that. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. You can get Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiastes 10:6.
Yeah, worldly spirit, I got it.
Come.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
That's clear cutting to the point. And who is thy neighbor? Thy neighbor is Hebrews, the Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, and primarily the elect. Okay, the scriptures say, "Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong." So, don't be that brother that always can give you a negative report about every goddamn thing, man. Right? Always can tell you the bad about a brother, but don't never be there to comment on your video. Never there to re-upload your video or put a scripture on your video. Thumbs you up or ask you to do a video with him, but can always tell you about when he did this. I was like, that was off. But then when all the good, what about the other works that the brother's doing? Are you there to cheer him on when he's doing that? So, see, that's because Jake be wanting to bear that hatred towards their neighbor, man. You can't have that so much disdain for 2/3 that it start leaking over on the brothers, man. 2/3 ain't that goddamn important to where you should have a mind frame and start hating the other brothers because you hate niggas so much, man.
Right.
All right, that's a nigga spirit in itself.
That's an excuse.
That's just an excuse to be a hateful ass dude, man. You don't want to develop that rap sheet about yourself, man, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua definitely did not leave us that example, man. All right, he's a power that's full of mercy, man. Say he's full of compassion and mercy, man. So what more of us that in his sinful flesh that need a savior, how you gonna hold another brother to something that you can't even save him from? You can't even reprove him to try to save him, but then you want to try to lay a charge on the brother, but you don't even have the mind frame to even try to rescue the brother, man. That's why Yahweh Shai is the only one that's worthy to be praised, man. You know, nobody else should be comparing themselves to Yahweh Shai, man. You know, you can continue on that.
And do nothing at all by injurious practices.
That's right, injurious practices, meaning you trying to hurt a brother, man. You would rather see a brother fall out the truth than stay in the truth, man.
Setting them up like gal, but it's the gal to provoke him to be out in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That ain't right, man. That's definitely
Trying to be like Paul when he came.
Yeah, and it's like, man, you shouldn't do that, man. You shouldn't do that towards a brother, man. You know, you wanna have that mind frame of let me see if I can admonish this brother. Now it's another thing if you admonish a brother and he don't listen.
Right, that's a whole
other ball game, man. You know, get rebellious and buck up against order. You know, start thinking that he the man and shit like that. That's a whole nother situation. But a younger brother that might slip up and do something, like he only been in the camp for like 6 months, he do something where you might not like it, the next thing you know, you just got a funny eye towards him. You bugging, man. You bugging, man.
You gotta have you gotta have patience. That's where the patience comes in that, man. You can't expect a brother to just, run full speed and just get it. Like you said, 4, 5, 6 months in the truth. Brothers going to stumble, man. You gotta have that patience to, work with them, what I'm saying, admonish them, correct them and stuff like that. And hey, you gotta be patient with brothers, man.
That's right.
I got something for you.
Come.
Oh, you finished that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this for you, brother.
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 3, it's 3 verses, 3 and 13. But ye brethren, be not weary in well doing. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. Here's the point. Yet, verse 15, yet count him not as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother.
Woo. Yeah, there you go, man. Don't count him as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother, man. That's the point that brothers was trying to make, man. Just can't keep giving brothers the side eye, but then you don't say nothing. You don't point it out. You don't make a note of it. You just kind of in the background. And that generates and that evolves into bigger issues. You see things, you gotta just jump on it, man. Put a brother to the side and talk to him. So you can try to win that brother over, man.
Yeah, because we got fire, deep waters on the right hand side. We got fire on the left hand side. We walk through this narrow straight gate.
That's right.
We gotta give all the love that we can get to the best of our ability to these flesh and the spirit, trying to help each other.
That's right. Oh, if I could say too, the last verse you read, it said, "Be not weary in well doing." The word weary going into being basically being weak. What I'm saying, or being feeble. And it's well doing. It's well doing to basically to admonish brothers, man.
That's right.
That's a righteous deed, a righteous act. You're supposed to, and that goes back to what I said about being patient. You got to endure in that, and don't be faulty with that, man. Be firm in what the scriptures say, man.
If I can make a quick point, and being a younger brother coming up, like as you continue and you grow in the truth and in the spirit, like as you look back, you appreciate those brothers who took the time out to really get on you about certain things and correct you, man, because you begin to understand that if that correction wasn't there, it could have those demons could have festered and attracted more demons and led you down the path you don't want to go down.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's very important that we do these things because that's actually how we become sharper in the spirit. We grow in the spirit through correction and through other men seeing shortcomings in you, man, and you just take heed to it and trust that man's coming to you through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right, and you will have those shortcomings, man.
Right.
But you're able you're able to decipher if it's a true brother or not by if that brother's willing to tell you about yourself, man. Now, if you got a brother that you down there got to pull an arm and a leg to get him to tell you about you know, what you're doing wrong, but he could go behind your back and tell everybody else about what you're doing wrong. You gotta take note of that shit. You know, cause you got some jakes like that, man.
Yeah.
That really, that's majority of 2/3, man.
Right.
And you know, I was having a conversation with two older Jake women today, and I told them, I said the problem with the world is nobody owns up to their mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said nobody wants to own up, and I said the reason why nobody wants to own up to their mistakes is because it makes you feel it's not a good feeling when you mess up. Nobody likes to mess up. You ever seen somebody miss a game-winning shot? You ever seen somebody drop a touchdown pass?
Oh man.
Do they celebrate? No. But they at that very moment they realize that they are the one to blame. And it's never a good feeling. But what does that do? The next time you're in that situation, what's gonna happen? You'll be more focused, you'll be more poised to make sure that you come through on your end. That is the beauty behind self-analysis. And sometimes you gotta have a brother there to be analytical, man, and check you out. But a brother that just just want to take your spot, a brother want to see you slip, man. Want to see you fall, man. But behind the scenes, just waiting for you to fall, man.
Yeah, the Lord see that, man.
Oh, the Lord knows.
Yeah.
The Lord knows. He knows it all, man. You supposed to want to uplift the brethren in the body, man. This truth is not about coming into this thing and bearing so much hatred against 2/3 that you start turning hateful against the brothers in the camp, man. That's not what you supposed to really. If you can't see no good in the brother, if you don't see what a brother is doing, you shouldn't be a part of a camp, man.
Right.
If you can't see that brother is trying to fight for Yahweh Shema shot in the right spirit, the only thing you can see is when a brother slips. You shouldn't be in the camp, man. You should be doing your own thing. The camp ain't for you. You ain't a team player. You need to be playing ping pong or some shit.
I got some.
You got okay.
I got a quick point.
Yeah, of course.
And it's important. It's important too to understand the importance of actually giving that correction too. Because even the appreciation of the correction that you got from more experienced, more seasoned brothers, you really appreciate it when the spirit be on you to actually do the same thing to other men. Because when you actually have to get on a man and like tell them certain things that the spirit is on you, man. This brother gotta get sharper on this, and it happens to us all in those moments, and you actually do it, man. That takes energy, man. You be like, sometimes you be like, man, you be tired because you gotta strategize the proper way to get the message across. You don't want to offend a man, you don't want to mistreat a man. You actually want to deliver that message so he gets it, but you want it to be in the proper fashion so you don't offend. Right. That's when you really begin to appreciate when men did the same thing for you.
That's right. And you know what? And sometimes. You be careful not to offend, but sometimes the spirit of Yahweh Shah want to offend a brother, to see how he gonna react. Let's say you do something that could have caused another brother, his life or a situation like that, and another brother jump down your throat, call you a motherfucker. Are you gonna hear, the only thing you're gonna hear in the conversation, is it gonna be motherfucker, or is it gonna be everything else you should have heard? So because the Lord said what? He's a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. So sometimes, Yahweh Shai will try to purposely offend you to see if you actually take offense. Now if you get offended, you ain't supposed to take offense. You're supposed to do what? You're supposed to receive the actual message and everything else you filter. But go ahead, now you got it.
All right, this is Ephesians chapter 4, start at 22. That you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Hey, you ain't gonna be able to put off the old man in 6 months, man. You ain't gonna be able to put off the old man in a year. You gonna be fighting this nigga till Yahweh Shai come, man.
Yeah.
You still battling the flesh.
It says, when I knew sin, versus law was dead to him. Then when he noticed, sin was dead to him. When he noticed the law and sin revived and it came alive. So sin is actually, you noticing your faults and sins, and you know what sin is. It's going to come at a more high temptation. And the law is going to be there to defend you, but it's like
Yep.
it's gonna be coming at all sides.
Yeah, that's you battling that old man.
Yeah.
You trying to cast off that old man, but it ain't as easy. You've had more time in the world to be the old man. You've had less time in the truth to work at the old man. Now, you're supposed to do what? As you grow, the scriptures say what? Offend less. So meaning you shouldn't be making entry-level mistakes. When you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years in the truth, you shouldn't be doing things that you was doing when you first came in. Slipping up, making them same baby mistakes, man. You know, you gotta grow too. You know, but at the same time, you know, if you do see a brother that might slip up in the flesh, don't be trying to hang every charge on the brother. That's what Esau do.
That's right.
That's what Esau do. He give you what? 3 strikes. He give you a record.
Yeah, you got a record.
Yeah.
Good job.
Man, the Lord gonna make us clean, man. He ain't gonna hold our record against us, man. But these Edomites try to do what? Dangle. And that's that whole vibration, really, that vibration comes from Esau, man. So if you have that mentality where you like hanging shit over brothers' heads and always spotting out the bad in a brother, you carrying a vibration of the Edomite.
Yeah.
That's a vibration of the Edomite, because Esau always done that. Did the Lord hang certain things over David's head? He forgave it.
Right.
You know? What about Yahweh Shai, man? He gave Yahweh Shai another chance to do what? To revive himself. You know? To redeem, you know, to what's the word I'm looking for? To prove himself, so to speak. Esau don't give you that opportunity. You one and done.
Yeah.
You one and done, man. So that's just the characteristics that Yahweh Shai showed us was what? Forgiveness, man. Okay? Did you have any more to that, Adnan?
Yeah, let me jump down to verse 25.
Okay, Colin, I got one. I'll follow you up with one.
All right, this is Ephesians chapter 4 and 25. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another.
Yeah, you got to speak truth to the brethren. This truth is not about having this Barney and friends friendship. That I love you, you love me. That's not what the truth is about.
Right.
This truth calls you to be a man, and the number one form of love is what? Correction. You know, admonishment. You know, straightforwardness, man. Okay? That's what a true friend does, man. A true friend don't sit around worrying about feelings. A true friend wants to get his message, a sincere message across to you to help save your life, man.
Yeah.
Now, if you just that brother that just sit there, I'm just wait for the spirit to come down, then you'll see.
Right.
Because the spirit gonna end up coming down on you.
Yeah.
You know, and that these are Bible basics 101, man. Even people in the church know this stuff.
Right.
You know. Did you have any more to that? No, I got it.
I'm finished on that.
All right, Con. This is Luke chapter 17, verse 3. It says, "Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him." See? So step number one, if you see a brother trespass, is what? Is it to forgive him? How can you forgive a brother if you don't even rebuke him?
Right.
You know? Step number one, if you see a brother trespass, step one is really on you. It ain't even on that brother.
Yeah.
It's on the brother that actually seen it, man. Okay? And after you do that, you do what? You're supposed to go to him. Hey, bro, you can't be doing that shit. You know, you gotta keep it easy on that note, man. Cause I did observe that, man. You want to walk carefully in this truth, man. Cause by you do, you break it down to the brother, man.
Yeah.
Show him how it's wrong. Don't just get all in his face and want to spit and show him, break it down and show him how he's wrong, man. If you sincere, you'll be able to do it. Okay? Continuing on, it says, "And if he repent, forgive him. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him." So it don't matter if a brother might go off about 4 or 5 times, man. And if you reprove him every 4 or 5 times in a day, and he repent and say, "Hey, man, Salaki, bro, Salaki about that," you're supposed to forget that, brother. You ain't supposed to just keep hanging shit over a brother's head, man.
Yeah.
Now, it's a difference when you reprove a brother and he buck up against you, and he don't want to take no correction. All right, then you got to go to the next step, man. Okay, that's how proper body functions, proper order, man. Okay, and this is what Yahweh Shah showed us, man. Yahweh Shah didn't see or watch the disciples go off and didn't say nothing to them. He always got on the disciples, man. You know, would tell them that, you know, show them how they were being simple at times. So what more us brothers, man, that's looking for a savior, man? We gotta learn the potency and the power of chastising each other and rebuking each other, man, admonishing each other, man. You're supposed to be in this thing to help build upon the house of David, man. Not try to break this thing down, man.
Right.
And the form of doing that is what? Hey, man, admonishment, man. Okay? Not sitting up there bearing a hatred towards a brother, man. The scriptures speak about holding grudges, man. The scriptures say holding out a grudge against thy neighbor. If somebody could find that, things in the law. Like Leviticus 19, if I am mistaken, or somebody.
Yeah, I'm holding that one.
Okay. Well, you want to bring something out before that, or?
Nah, we can probably get that one next.
Okay,
come on with something else.
Yeah, bring that real quick, guy.
This
And
is
then, you know, whoever else got one.
This is Leviticus 19, and I'm gonna start at 17. It says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him."
That's right. It say, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." Meaning what? You gotta build up that courage in you to tell a brother what it is, man. Okay? It's a simple format, man. Be a man.
Yeah.
Okay? Esau does what? Watches you out the blinds. You know? Record you secretly. And then wait. You know? And then try to hold you accountable for everything that they've seen and spied out on you, man.
That's called indictment. All other type of stuff that they got. That's why they got cameras too, to record. A lot of times they don't even shut in cold cases because they
Yeah.
want to see niggas dead anyway.
That's true. They was like, you know what, man, just close the case. Somebody gonna body that nigga any goddamn way. You know? But that's a trait of an Edomite, man. Spy you out, build charges up on you, and then hit you with the hammer, man. No, our culture was always quick admonishment, man. The first thing you see, you get checked on. All right? And in return, what? That brother's supposed to receive the true correction. You ain't supposed to be getting on a brother for no reason either. You know, just because you want to or just because you can. All right? And then if you move in that spirit, the Most High always comes down on that type of vibration, man. You can't pull no punches on the Lord, man. The Lord pulling the punches. Just do what He say. You know, it's a formula. It's an actual guide in order to how to deal with the brethren, man. So we have to do what? We have to illustrate these words through our walk, man. You know? Go ahead, I was more to it.
Yeah. Verse 18. "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people."
That's right, man. Don't hold no grudge against a brother, man. Because at the end of the day, these your kindred, man. They come out the same seed. But you know, like I was saying, Jake be having so much hatred for America and so much hatred for niggas that hatred starts spilling over into the body, man. For every little wrong that you see a brother do, man. You know? And like I said, if you carry yourself in that type of energy and that type of vibration, you shouldn't be in the camp, man. You're going to see Jake go off in the truth, man. You're going to see the flesh kick in at times, man. You got to know how to deal with it, man. Don't just shake your head just like, that's off. And that's it. Say something, man.
Yeah, right.
Somebody shouldn't always have to tell you to say things to a brother. You know? You know, you had them Jakes always come bring you a situation about something. And then you say, go tell them. They don't even want to go tell them. Well, why you telling me?
Right.
You know?
If I can say, because you said a word earlier that kind of stuck in my mind. You said, you got to be courageous, man. You got to have courage. You know, because that's one thing that's really, this is, like we going into, this is a part of our heritage as Israelites, you know, the 12 tribes, you know, this is part of our heritage, man. This is part of our culture. But us being in America, you know, we've been stripped of this. You know, you being a man, actually going to another man and laying out certain things that, like, yo, you got to get better in this, bro. You know what I'm saying? That we're not taught to do those things in America, but we're getting back to our more ancient roots, man.
Mhm.
And it's vitally important in these days because we know that we're purifying each other because we know that difficult times are coming. So we don't want to be, we don't want, and you shouldn't want your brother to carry certain things going forward because those can be things that he gets judged for, man.
That's right, bro. And you would have to live with that, knowing that you probably could have pulled that brother out the fire, but you didn't.
Right.
That'll be something you would have to live with on your conscience, man. That's why the best thing to do is what? Move with honesty, man. Love is a very powerful word, man. It ain't just no fucking purple hearts, man. Pink hearts and nursery rhymes, man. That's not love.
Right.
That's an illusion of it. Real love is really strictness, man. Discipline, admonishment. Hey, bro, get your shit together, man. That's real love.
Yeah.
And that's the type. That's the like the brothers was saying. That's ancient style love. This modern love is fake. Like Drake said, I got fake people showing fake love to me straight up to my face.
Worldly perception of what love is.
Yeah, I was trying to
I got
say,
something.
my love is not of this world.
Oh yeah. Ooh, bro, if you can find that, bro, you shot. Yeah, con.
Yeah, I got a quick precept.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
made. This is basically going back at the point was say, speaking out when you catch certain things, you don't let things linger. This is Sirach 4:23. And it says, and refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's a time, like it says, it's a time and place for everything under the sun. So it's a time where wisdom gotta be published, so to speak. Man. You find an opportunity to pull a brother to the side and admonish him, like we're going into the lesson. Hey man, scripture say it says to not to refrain to speak, man. All right, when it's occasion to do good, and that's a good thing. All right, when you admonish a brother, man. Which that links with the scripture you read earlier in what's that, Galatians? All right, which says,
I think it was Thessalonians.
Where it says, don't be weary in well doing.
Yeah, that's in Galatians.
Yeah, so, hey man, the scripture say, now I read it one more time. This is and refrain not to speak when there's occasion to do good, and hide not wisdom in her beauty. Right. So basically when you admonish your brother, you basically admonish him based off the scriptures. All right, not based off your own emotions or whatever. Basically comes with scriptures, and that's basically showing wisdom in her beauty, man. So yeah, there it is, man.
That's right. I got you got one, Kabash?
Nah, you got it.
I got one real quick.
I got one too.
Okay, Con, I'm gonna just bring this out real quick.
Con.
And whoever want to bring it down, we'll close out soon.
Okay.
This is Ecclesiastes 19 and chapter 13. I'm gonna read on down to 15. It says, admonish a friend, it may be he have not done it. And if he have done it, that he do it no more. So when you go into the word admonish, it means what? To warn. Okay? To warn. So you're supposed to warn a brother about their shortcomings, man. Not hold it to him. What kind of shit is that, man?
That's wicked, man.
Here it is. We trying to get out of this place. And you got Jake be trying to hold shit on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As if they you have a shot. Like, nah, man. No, that's why Apostle Ramla did that video speaking about don't have that mastery spirit over brothers. Jake be having that real mastery type spirit as if everybody else does wrong, they do no wrong.
Right.
And the reason we speaking about it like that, because we've seen it. We've seen it, man. Jake, there's a cat named Amak Malak. Used to be in our camp. It's a horrible spirited dude, man. Horrible spirit, man. Just had this mind frame like everybody else was wrong except him. There's been other cats too, man. As soon as correction comes or some type of admonishment comes, it's always everybody else and not him. It never happened like that in the scriptures, man.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Never. When the spirit comes down on you, it's you, bro.
Yeah, it's you.
There ain't nobody else but you.
Yeah.
Stop with the shenanigans and the games, man.
Right.
You hurting yourself. But the word gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Regardless of if a brother's here or not, the word continues, man. So don't the scripture say do no harm to thyself. How will somebody love you if you don't love yourself? It's in the Apocrypha. Just, I'm roughly paraphrasing. But you do harm to yourself when you don't take reproof, man.
Yeah.
You know, you hurting yourself. You ain't hurting the brother that's giving you the reproof. He just admonishing you, warning you about what you do. Okay? Continuing on in Ecclesiastes, it's like Ecclesiasticus 19, it says verse 4, this is verse 14 now. Admonish thy friend, it may be he have not said it, and if he have, that he speak it not again. Admonish a friend, for many times it is a slander, and believe not every tale. All right, so admonishment does what? It clears the airways. It gets everything out on the table. And you can see where the problem was at. Maybe the problem was in communication. Maybe you thought I said something in a way that I didn't mean it. But through admonishment, through correction, everything is laid out so that you can pick through what it really is and what it's not, man. Right. And you can move on.
Yeah.
And you get a closer relationship with that brother because, you know, I know if that brother come at me, he ain't shucking the job, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's going to make you, when you be around that brother, it's going to make you do what? Walk a tightrope.
Yeah.
I got the definition of admonish.
Come, you got, y'all brothers got it now, man.
Definition, I'm gonna read two of them. It says to warn or reprimand someone firmly. And the second definition is to advise or urge someone earnestly. Because we're in that time where, you know, we can't be making, like the brother's saying, we can't be making elementary mistakes. You know, here it is. You know, Esau showing his face at camp. He's showing his true nature. So we all gotta be in line as far as the same spirit pushing his word. So when somebody comes to you and earnestly corrects you, you can't take that as some type of grudge because, you know, Jake, I mean, like we come from a world where we hold grudges against people, and you can't hold grudges against people because that's you can get the mindset of, oh, this brother's holding a grudge against me. But really, it's just the spirit coming down on you, you know, to correct yourself.
That's right.
Esau played on our emotions when he set up this society by not giving us this law and statutes and commandments. Now everything's based off emotions, and your emotions ain't even right most of the time.
Yeah.
Because that's in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9. It says, "Hardly do you think are right."
Yep.
Yeah, I also want to say too, like somebody might have done you wrong in the world, and you might think of that brother as the person that did you wrong in the world. That's why the scriptures say you have to put off the old man. You got to put off your past experience. Somebody in the world did you wrong. Somebody did this to you. Somebody did that. And all of a sudden, the brother's trying to watch over your soul and give you correction to the spirit, and you're reminded of some old situation from the world. And all of a sudden, you just bear this grudge against somebody. Yeah, this brother reminds me of somebody. No, you gotta correct that because the time we're coming into, we might be on our own. You know, we might be in charge of hundreds, if not thousands, of people in that day. So we gotta get out this, put up this old man as much as we can. You know, day by day.
That's right, Akia. That's right, man. That's right. Did anybody have something?
I got something real quick.
All right, can I bring it out, bro?
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 2. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly.
Oh man. See, because when you do that, what happens? Yeah, you're able to get them spirits off because you might be looking at a brother one particular type of way. When really it ain't even like that with that brother, man. And I'll tell you this, you better believe it comes.
Yeah.
The Most High don't just write these scriptures and then just be like, but you're gonna be good though. Don't worry, you ain't got to worry about that. That's for another brother. No. It comes, man. The Lord put you in a situation to make sure you're a man.
Yeah.
So he'll send Satan and say, hey, well, get into his mind and create a scenario about that brother that's non-existent to see if he's gonna apply my scriptures.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Like, how we gonna get tried? We already know what the dodge and stuff.
right.
I was like, damn, you know what? Satan is working for the Most High.
Yeah, that's what he do. He did. Well, you know, just put a scenario in his mind about another brother that's not really true, and see how he acts. See if he apply them scriptures.
You know what that is? That's a demon, man.
It's a demon.
The Most High allowed a demon to come into your vessel to see if you're gonna purge yourself of that demon through the scriptures.
Yep.
That's all it is.
When all it takes is just be a man and say, hey, let me holler at you.
Right.
Yeah.
Applying the scriptures gonna flush you that demon.
That's it. Let me holler at you, bro. Simple. You get everything out on the table, man. You know, but that holding shit in and, you know, not building up the courage to tell a brother where he's slipping at, man. That ain't what this truth is about, man.
That's
Passive.
That's weak.
Passive. That's weak. And this is warfare.
Yeah.
In warfare, you keep it real, man.
That's right.
You know, you gotta keep it real with the brother. Now, for the most part, you ain't gotta just go around talking shit, you know. But when the time is needed, you gotta say what you gotta say, man.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to cut the switch off. You gotta, hey, bro, let me just say this, man. You know,
Yeah.
get it off your chest, man. Don't go to sleep on that shit. Scripture say, be angry but sin not, and let not the sun go down on your wrath, man. You know, go ahead, you got it. And you can break it down too.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 20, verse 2. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly, and he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt. Because brothers need it, man. Brothers need correction. It's correction. It's called correction for a reason, because you're correcting a bad or negative behavior, and you're gonna actually, it's gonna become a strength. Over time, it'll become a strength instead of a weakness. So brothers need it, man. You know, brothers need to see or be exposed to certain things that their eyes and their spirit just might not see.
Yeah,
That's really it.
that's right. That's right. Anybody else have something?
Yeah, I got
Come on, bring it out, bro.
one. This is John
We'll
chapter.
close out on that note.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go all night on this.
This is John chapter 15, verse 19. If you were of the world, the world would love its own. It means we don't have the same love as the world do. Because the world teach you that you on your own man.
Right.
It's the inner circle, which is on the left hand side.
Do you?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
You know, grimy. That's niggas in the world.
Yeah.
Grinding,
Grinding, man.
grinding nigga spirit.
But we're supposed to be like that in this truth.
Right.
You know, because we're at the low bottom and we just be influenced by all these things. But if you're not influenced and you come into this truth, then it gotta be the Heavenly Father, most powerful, to take us up from this mass darkness, confused world. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
That's
How does it
right.
hate you? It don't tell you that you're going off when you going out there in the world.
That's right.
When you go, when the war's out there in the world. That's why the jails are filled up with them with Jake.
Yeah.
The so-called minority is why Jake get killed and stuff like that. When you come in this truth, the Lord, he wakes up the spirit, the spiritual man within you, your true essence, and make you love life opposite of the way that the world loves.
That's right.
Discipline brothers, admonishing brothers.
The Lord just show you everything.
Yeah, you fall.
He show you prophecies. He show you the history of what true history is, what's about to happen.
Yeah.
He show you the wisdom. He shows you about science, herbs, plants, plantation, and he show you about yourself.
Yeah.
That's love. He shows you. He gives you direction, man. He gives you vision. And a part of the vision is you got to analyze and examine yourself. Socrates had a quote. It say, "An unexamined life is not worthy to be lived." You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it real quick, and we'll close out on that quote. But I think it was Socrates that said that, and that was a powerful quote. Socrates was a Jake.
Oh yeah.
Had to
Yeah, because Jake wanted to put a purpose in life. And that's why they go out and be a rapper or something like that. But it's really not their purpose. Your purpose is to be the son of the Father.
Yep,
Rule the universe.
That's right.
that's right.
Ain't right.
I got that quote. This is from Socrates. It says, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Clear cutting to the point, man. That's why the scriptures say, "Let us therefore examine ourselves whether we be of the faith." And the part that we a body, sometimes another body part examines you too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you know the eyes got to check out the arm to
Right.
see what's going on with it, man. You know, so that means sometimes another brother might see something that you don't see and do what? And examine you, man. Check you. You know, so if you ain't willing to do that, then you just showing yourself that you ain't a part of the body.
Yeah.
Right.
If you trying to move away from the body, you know, and not get closer to the body, but move away and pull yourself away from the body, it's because you ain't of the body.
Man.
You trying to be a part of something for your own gain, your own vainglory, but really inwardly you ain't a part of the body, man. You know? So hey man, don't be bearing everything to a brother, man. Admonish the brother, man. Don't you this truth that we all looking for a savior, man.
Right.
So who are any of us to try to stick every wrong to a brother, man? Now you have certain lines that you don't cross in the truth. A brother commit adultery or some kind of weird shit like that. Start talking shit about the order, you know, with the camp head, or start talking shit about the apostles switching up the doctrine, or you know, getting rebellious. Then that's a whole other thing.
Right.
But little slips here and there, hey, admonish the brother. Don't be hanging shit over brother's head, man. You know? So with that, you know, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it on up, giving all praises to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, safety, and much love to the elect. The water for all of you brothers that chimed in on the comment board. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and shout y'all out before we wrap it up. You know, the brother Kasad, GMS Shalom, Tazabah, GMS Hardened Soldier, Shalom, bro. Jake's Time, Shalom, you know, Holy One, Shalom, brother. Shalom. You know, all you brothers that chimed in and was edified, man. Shalom at the water for chiming in, man. All right, shalom.
Shalom.